your governance effectiveness can be improved, and your efficiency and your costs in terms of your information management and your disclosure can certainly be enhanced. You can spend less money and get a bigger bang for the buck. More generally, though, I think what I'd like to say to people, what I do say to people is, it is like that accounting software that your IT department didn't write. People who have gray hair like me remember not very long ago, it was really only 25 years ago, that we were doing small business accounting and medium-sized business accounting with ledger paper, columnar pads, adding machines and pencils. That wasn't very long ago. The option, if you were a big company, was 50,000 lines of COBOL code running on a mainframe. But no one had access to that except the very largest organizations. What our mission is to do is to take the really, really good tools that can now be handled in this kind of software and make them available to everybody at reasonable cost. There is just no doubt in my mind that any organization that's governed by a board of directors that has any external reporting responsibilities will be using some kind of software to do this work within the next 10 years or so, just as it's really hard to find anybody who still does their accounting with a pencil. There's lots of boards that still do all their work with pencils. We think that's over. Whether you buy APRIO, sign up with one of our competitors, or even take that horrible step of trying to write it yourself, we know that the system is going to change. And the executives know the system is going to change as well. It's absolutely inevitable. So our job is to be ahead of the curve, make sure that we've got something that's continuously cost effective, but always delivers huge value. We want to save money every time and have improving effectiveness be not just a byproduct, it's the real goal. But improving governance has to come with reducing the cost of governance. Otherwise, we're just adding continuously to this ever-growing burden, which is frankly driving a lot of people nuts to try and keep up with how do I manage my governance, how do I keep my costs under control, how do I keep track of all these documents. We know we can do better than we do now. That's our value proposition.
Well, it sounds like the time for APRIO is now.
Oh, I think so. Well, certainly I'm convinced. Heavens above, I've got my life bet on it, so that's certainly my conviction.